Now, if you are single for any reason, any kind, anywhere, I don't care what city, what state, what zip code, what county. I don't care if you're rich or poor, if you're black or white. I don't care your status, single, divorced, never been married, kids, no kids, drama, no drama, empty nester. I don't care if you're young, you're old, it's some drama. Okay? These streets are not for the faint at heart. It's not for the weak. It's only for the strong. Only the strong will survive. You're going to have people wasting your time. I mean, I'm telling you, honey, they're going to waste your time. Okay? You're going to have people that you think it's going to be great and it's by somebody else to do it, right? And one thing that somebody came up and they talked about, and I felt it was really interesting. It was a really interesting conversation. He said that our option to choose has now limited people's ability to commit because you get caught up in the choices that you have. Now, I don't care who you are, where you are, what life is. You got choices. You got options. Now, they may tell you ain't got no options, or you may not believe you got no options, but that's another conversation for another day. There are options. But the ability to choose is causing people to be more focused on the options than actual commitment. And then it's also causing people to not make decisions. So, you're dating somebody for 5 years, 10 years. You're like, I don't know if I want to be married to them, but y'all live together, y'all got kids together, all the things, right? Like at some point, we just got to make a decision. Because let me tell you what it is, right? No tea, no shade. I don't care how long you've been with somebody, ain't been with somebody, lived with somebody, didn't. That's not what this is about, okay? This is about life shows up. See, you can't prepare for life. Like you can plan, you can do the things that you can do, the things that are within your control, but life will hit you like a Mack 10 truck and lay you flat on your back, okay? And you got to figure out how to pick up the pieces, pick yourself up, and pick everybody else up if that's what the role is, right? So sometimes you got to just do it. Like Nike says, just do it. Now, does that mean you got to jump out here and be, no barriers, no, nothing? Nah, that's not what I'm talking about. But sometimes ain't nothing to it but to do it, right? Ain't nothing to it but to do it. So this is just really clearly to encourage you to go out on that date. Make that phone call, have that experience, get to know that person, or cut that one off, okay? Because let me tell you, there's always another one. Let me let you know something. There's over 8 billion people in the world. Not hundred, not thousand, not million, billion. Billion with a B. And I'm telling you, if you had over $8 billion, your life would be different, right? There's over 8 billion people in the world. I'm telling you, there's another one. But this is the thing. There's always going to be another one. So at some point, you got to decide which one you going to sit down and deal with. What person exists that's going to help you make the changes you need to make. Because see, just because they give you problems doesn't mean that the problems have to end the relationship. Sometimes those might be growing pains for you. Those might be opportunities for you to work on things called patience. Now, let me tell you something. I got low patience. I got little patience, right? Like tiny patience. So, the Lord ain't done with me yet. I didn't say I was perfect. I'm just out here sharing what I could share, right? But, patience, right, is a virtue, right? It's a virtue. And so maybe the Lord will give you somebody that'll make you work on your patience. Have to take a few extra breaths longer than you wanted to, right? Having to wait, having to go through a process. And sometimes you're like, man, about this process, I'm ready to do what I'm ready to do. You got what I mean? You get what I mean? So that's why it's important to push yourself. Don't let the options and choices that you have make you miss out, and then you look up and you some 90-year-old person talking about I wish I coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? You don't want to be at the end of your life, and be sitting there like, dang, I wish I would have had more fun or would have just let somebody in. You don't want to walk alone. This life is not for us to go alone. Because if you have a desire to date or for a relationship or for a companionship, that means you desire for someone to be in your life, but you also have to be the person that's willing to receive and also understand that there's always going to be options. It's always going to be choices. Some may be better in certain areas than others, but guess what? It's all going to come with a problem. It's all going to come with something that's going to require you to grow in a certain area, to become better, to be strengthened, to be empowered in something. It's going to be an opportunity for God to use that person to kind of be a grace grower and grow you into your next level of life, whether it's to increase your patience, to increase your love, goodness, kindness, the fruit of the Spirit. It may just be an opportunity for you to even understand what long suffering is all about. I'm telling you, it's the fruit of the Spirit, but it's something that you go through. But at the end of the day, the choices and the options, they all exist. But life, I'm telling you, it's going to show up. So sometimes you need to go on and make a decision. Recognize that there are always going to be options and choices, but this is the one that you're going to go with. This is the one you're going to set out with, and this is the one you're going to be with, you know? Now, some of y'all been mulling over a few people that you could just go ahead and make a decision on. I say go ahead and do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. And if you've been there for a while and you're still struggling, you don't know, that's an answer too. Because guess what? 8 billion people in the world. I'm sure there's one that would love you, deal with you, and help you grow into the man or the woman that God has called you to be. So don't be scared. Get on out in these streets. See what they have to offer. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to choose something.